Hello, and welcome back to my channel Sammi-Ballin. Today I'll be tactically analysing the first leg semi-final Carabao Cup game between Chelsea and Tottenham that ended in a 2-0 victory to the Blues. Without further ado, let's get into it. Chelsea abandoned their usual 3-4-3 formation and started with a 4-2-2-2 formation as a result of their players suffering from injuries and COVID. Compared to their last match against Liverpool, they made 6 changes to their lineup with Mendy, Silva, Chalobah, Kovacic, Kante, and Pulisic being replaced by Kepa, Sarr, Saul, Jorginho, Ziyech, and Lukaku. Though they mostly moved in a 4-2-2-2 shape, offensively, they tended to shift to a 4-2-4 shape in the final third, with Ziyech and Havertz moving to wide areas. This was where Mount slotted into the middle to form a front four. Defensively, they defended in a 4-4-2 shape, with Ziyech and Mount tracking back on the flanks or occasionally 3-5-2, with Ziyech operating as a makeshift right wing-back. As for Tottenham, they went with their usual 3-4-3 formation with Reguilon and Dyer being replaced by Doherty and Tanganga. They preserved their shape going forward with the front three charging narrowly in the center and their wing-backs being pushed up slightly higher to offer support on the flanks. Defensively, they had the tendency to defend in an involuntary 4-3-3 shape in the middle of the park with Doherty dropping deep to form the back four, whereas Emerson Royale pressing a little higher to form the middle three. When Chelsea brought the ball closer to Tottenham's defensive third, the latter naturally switched to a more defensive 5-2-3 shape to keep it compact in the middle. On the ball, Chelsea usually initiated their build-up play from either the center area or the left flank in their defensive third with short passes. Centrally, Jorginho or Saul would usually roam with ease between the gigantic spaces left by Tottenham's forward and midfield lines to link up between Chelsea's defense and midfield and subsequently progress the ball. Alternatively, on the left flank, Sarr, Rudiger or Alonso would link up with either Jorginho, Saul or Mount, who frequently dropped deep to create more passing options. Chelsea never encountered any difficulties in their build-up plays, especially in the first half due to the numerical advantage in the middle of the park, with Ziyech and Mount dropping deep to create a 4v2 situation. This effectively nullified Tottenham's presence in the middle that was further exacerbated by their lack of defensive cohesion, which left big spaces for Chelsea's midfielders to fill in and receive passes. Given Tottenham's poorly executed defensive tactic revolved around keeping it compact in the middle instead of counter-pressing, this played to Chelsea's advantage. This was because they easily succumbed to Chelsea's intense counter-press, which forced them to deliver long balls that mostly ended on a Chelsea player's feet or head to win first balls and then second balls. Chelsea's intense counter-press was what created their first goal. So every time Tottenham regained possession, they always lost it almost immediately, only for Chelsea to keep repeating their build-up plays. This halftime stat is a testament to how dominant Chelsea was, with Tottenham creating absolutely nothing. In the second half, Tottenham brought on Ndombele to retaliate Chelsea's midfield victories in the first half by changing their formation to 4-2-1-3. This tactic helped Spurs regain a bit of control in the game by having Ndombele playing right behind the front three to suppress Chelsea's build-up phase with high press on the pitch. This prevented Jorginho and Saul from having more influence in the middle. Nevertheless, Chelsea was still more dominant in the second half and created more chances courtesy of their quality on the ball. This first leg victory for Chelsea gave them a huge advantage to sail through to the final round of the Carabao Cup. They could have won by many more goals through chances that were not fully capitalized by Lukaku and Werner. A 2-0 scoreline is salvageable for Tottenham, as there are still another 90 minutes to go in this tie. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, as there will be many more of this in the future. See you next time.